Obviously, Dr. Eggman teams up with Sonic. They head where? Where do they go?
They head to the lab with the cryo chamber.
That's right. Eggman uses the GPS on his drones to track where they're coming from. He gets there, and Houston, who does he find?
He finds Gerald Robotnik.
In the shaggy flesh! He finds Gerald Robotnik. They can't believe their eyes. Well, Dr. Eggman couldn't believe his eyes anyway. And we start to find out the backstory on Dr. Eggman. Spencer, you and me talked about this in the movie theater. What did Dr. Eggman say about his parents?
He said that he doesn't have parents and they betrayed him.
That's right, that his parents abandoned him. He grew up an orphan. We actually find that out in part 1. There's a scene where Donut Lord actually meets Dr. Eggman for the very first time. And we actually saw that in Sonic 1 just recently over on our other channel, Ventura Movie Pals. Guys, if you want to watch Sonic 1 with us, we just put it up. Click this link right over here, or check the show notes below and the pinned comment. In that movie, in Sonic the Hedgehog Part 1, Donut Lord and Dr. Eggman have a confrontation on his front porch.
I was breastfed, actually.
Nice. Rub that in my orphan face.
But then we find out in Part 3 that he really felt like nobody loved him, nobody wanted him. So, we've now got him reunited with his grandpa. So they decide to catch up on lost time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they decide to actually join forces. He actually then betrays Sonic.
Oh,
Right?
dude, that is so mean.
Oh my gosh, and Sonic and Knuckles and Tails wake up. They can't believe their eyes. There's 2 Eggmans. And the relationship actually starts to get really strong between Dr. Eggman and Gerald Robotnik. Right? What kind of stuff do they do in this time?
They ate cotton candy while watching fireworks. He even taught him how to ride a bike. It ended up very badly.
Yeah, he ended up crashing on his bike. I think Gerald Robotnik dressed up as Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite
scene where he
bits.
goes like,
Yeah, he's speaking at him and he goes, ah! And he goes and runs up and gives him a big
kind of
cuddle.
makes sense because the Grinch in the live action one,
Yes.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas, he's actually played by Jim Carrey.
He is. I wonder if that was a reference to the Grinch because you got Jim Carrey playing Santa again. As this is happening, guys, somebody's watching them getting very jealous. Houston, who got really jealous while this was going on?
Agent Stone.
Yes, Agent Stone. There's actually one scene where Agent Stone brings 2 steamed Austrian goat's milk lattes. One for him and one for Dr. Robotnik. And he gets there and he sees them having all this fun together. And Houston, what does he do with the 2 cups?
He puts them in the trash.
He puts it in the trash and he walks away sad and realizes that he's been pushed out of this friendship. But as time goes on, I think Shadow and both Dr. Eggman start to realize something about Gerald Robotnik. What do you guys think it is?
Is that Gerald Robotnik is lying.
And he's really evil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the first sign that shows us that Gerald Robotnik's pretty evil?
Because Gerald Robotnik said he wants to destroy the whole world.
That's right. And Eggman only wanted to rule the world.
Yeah, he just wanted to be like the king of the world.
That's right. Like the king of the world. He wants to rule the world, be a massive empire ruler. But Gerald Robotnik wants to destroy the world and destroy humanity because of what Gunn did to Maria. This is when we start to realize that Eggman actually second guesses himself. Like he's thinking, do I really want to be like my grandpa? Right? And this eventually leads to them actually clashing and fighting each other.
Yo,
Right?
so good.
How was that battle? What did you think of that battle?
That battle was so good, and Gerald even had these little lobsters.
Yes,
and then,
lobster claws.
And then Eggman had Prementis. And he
Yes,
even
they
had
did.
wings, and he could fly.
They had these 2 suits, which you guys have seen in the trailer, the new Eggman suits, but that actually gave them the ability for their hands, their gloves could turn into like these claws with blades. I think Gerald Robotnik was like a scorpion.
Yeah,
he had a
was
big scorpion
and-
tail.
And then he tried to
That's right. And here's what happens to Gerald Robotnik's mustache.
it gets cut off.
Eggman ends up slicing his grandpa's mustache off. But you know what? In the end, Gerald Robotnik ends up getting the upper hand. And he actually thinks he kills Eggman. He throws him off the spaceship. He refuses to save his life. Eggman goes falling into space. And Houston, what happens?
Tails picks him up.
Tails ends up saving Dr. Eggman.
But
once.
Dad,
Yeah?
and also,
Yeah?
Knuckles was holding on to Eggman's leg.
He was. Did you see Knuckles?
Yeah.
Yes. What did you think of Knuckles saving Eggman?
Cool.
It is cool. That's
does
right.
Tails go to the gym? How can he carry that much?
Tails has got some
He carried
strength, guys.
Sonic and Knuckles in Tokyo,
Yes.
and now he's carrying Dr. Robotnik
Man.
and Knuckles.
So this is interesting because Dr. Eggman ended up teaming with Sonic in the beginning of the movie. He betrayed them, But at the end, towards the end of the movie, he ends up needing them again, and it seems like Tails and Knuckles are quite forgiving because they help him out, don't they?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching this clip, guys. If you'd like to see the full video, you can click this link right over here, or check the show notes below and the pinned comment, and check out our full review of Sonic the Hedgehog Part 3.